Thank you very much for inviting me to this program. It's been a very interesting week, where we thank God. The Transformational Teachers Network, your education, the team is Education 2030, Future Trends, Technology, and Human Element. May I apologize for coming early to your program? And I'll just quickly recognize the host, the Executive Director, Dr. Koinde Wani of TTN. Thank you very much. The keynote speaker, Professor Enase Okonedo, and all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the hall, our great teachers. Thank you very much for the wonderful work you're doing out there, taking care of our children. May I also greet the people that are observing virtually too. It is my duty just to encourage the teachers out there. I was trying to chit-chat with the executive director here to understand what the network is really all about. And in the few minutes that I've chatted with her, I've learned that it looks like a wonderful program where we have the growth of our teachers, personal growth, and also the educational aspect of it. It's a kind of peer pressure learning that you can learn and exchange ideas from each other. And that brings me back to my own space as the First Lady in Lagos State. Our work is similar. We do exchange of ideas and things that happen in the different states. We compare notes, learn from each other, apply strategies, and see if it's going to work. And if we have issues, something that you might think is a very big issue might be a very small issue in my state. I'm a medical doctor by profession, and most of the time you have your patients, you have your case studies. You need to actually clerk the patient to understand what really is wrong with the patient to understand and profess some diagnosis. The principle is always plan A, plan B, and plan C. Just in case you're going into the theater and normally maybe the woman is supposed to deliver naturally and then you get to the theater and she doesn't deliver naturally, then you have to activate plan B. And if plan B fails, you activate plan C. And I think it's similar in the education world too. You must be prepared like Boy Scouts, that in case you have a student, because I learned your students learn in different ways. You have those that, some students don't like you talking too much, but when you sing songs to them, they learn very fast. And there are some students that when you gesticulate a lot, they also learn very fast. So there are different methodologies that you use for your students. So when you are interacting with your students, let me not use the word patience, so that I'm not mixing them up. There's a lot of exchange of learning that goes on from teacher to teacher, from teacher to student, from student to student, and from student to teacher. That's why the fact that we've all gone to the university to learn some things, when you're on the field, I think it's a different ball game entirely sometimes. They're just those unique students that you have to apply the theory that you have learned in the university and adapt it to the particular students that you are dealing with. Again, in the Office of the First Lady, we do have a lot of requests from people from the community, parents, especially concerning their wards, asking us to please help in one way or the other. And because we have people like you that are professionals, we have to go back to you and consult to help us in these ways. I was asking some questions when I was sitting down there. And I know there's a lot of talk on AI, artificial intelligence. There are a lot of projects going on. A lot of our young ones are used to it. A lot of our old ones are not used to it. And so we have this exchange of learning between grandma and the grandson, or grandma and the granddaughter. And I keep on telling all the women out there that you have to be tech savvy if you really want to interact with our children, because when they go to school and they learn and they have a digital mindset, and they get home and grandma, grandpa, and maybe mommy and daddy are still using the archaic method, then we are in trouble. So everybody has to go back to school. That is what I think. And so my watchword nowadays is catch them young, give them digital mindsets, but for the elders, update yourself. We should update ourselves. Parents should be advised to update themselves. We have met some grandparents, age 86. They have their own Instagram pages. I want to ask, how many teachers have their own Instagram pages, apart from the school Instagram? You see? So the old man has challenged us by having his own Instagram page. And with that, we're going to encourage a lot of the parents too, that you must be tech savvy. It's not so difficult. If you put your mind to it, you can learn it very fast. So we're going to work on the parents too, apart from the students. We're going to encourage them a lot, because quite a number of our parents use the phone, and they use the phone to gossip. So if you can use the phone to gossip, then you can also use the phone to learn a lot of things. And that is what we're going to encourage the students. For my teachers, I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you present here today. It is a great sacrifice for you to come out today. I can see. You could have been at the beach, but because of the love that you have for your children out there, you deem this fit, and it's worth every moment to be able to have peer learning between teachers from different schools, exchanging knowledge, which is very important, comparing notes. Again, I was asking her, how do we measure whatever you have learned from your exchange of knowledge? How do we measure the impact so that we know that you really gain something from here and you've applied it to your students out there, and you can come back and share knowledge? But she was reassuring me that I need some more time for her to put me through to educate me further on the Transformational Teachers Network. I think it's a brilliant idea. I wish we could have Transformational Doctors Network too, so that we can exchange ideas. But we do have something similar. For me, it's more of encouraging our teachers out there that despite the fact that they used to tell us that our reward is in heaven, our reward is actually here. There's a lot you can gain from interacting, from teaching your students, for showing them love, because it's like you're putting a seed inside those children, and that seed will germinate and will blossom, and you'll be surprised by the time they've grown older, they will remember everything the teacher has taught them wherever they are, and they will apply whatever knowledge you have given them. And you'll be very, very proud. And please, teachers, we need to teach with all our heart, all our passion, all our love, because, again, I use an example from the medical school. If our teachers did not teach us very well, and we end up going abroad for special procedures, you'll be surprised that some of the doctors you're going to meet abroad are actually Nigerian doctors. Now, if you did not teach that student very well, supposing you're going for a heart surgery, maybe there's a particular topic you were supposed to teach that child, and he didn't have a grounded, grasp of that thing. Who knows, maybe that thing that he's supposed to use to save that person in that other country is what you did not teach. So that's why we have to do our work with a lot of love and passion at all times, because you never know where that knowledge will be needed. My mom used to be a teacher before she changed to an auditor, and I can remember the many basbos that I got before I became a medical doctor. Then I used to wonder, is this really my mother? Because the training was just too much. But to the glory of God, I've come out signed, sealed, and delivered to be able to represent our state Lagos State. I thank her for the training she gave me then. Omo teacher Nimi, God bless you and happy Easter.